Flex your fingers towards your face, and while exhaling, bring all the fingers down together. Inhale, flexing. Exhale, down. Inhale, flexing. Exhale, down. Continue. Inhale, flexing your fingers and exhaling down. Loosen your wrist, loosen your palms in this practice. Very nice. And slowly bring your hands down, relax. Now, unfold your legs in front of you, straighten the knees, loosen your legs, moving your knees up and down on the ground, relaxing your knees, relaxing your feet, move your feet left to right, and then fold both the legs under the body and slowly come to tabletop position. Yes, and then from here, take the right foot forward in between your palms, left foot forward in between your palms, and then slowly come to standing and relaxing. Yes. Now, from here, we will be doing waist rotation. So, keeping hip distance gap between both the feet parallel, and put both the palms on your waist. Now, slowly we will start rotating the waist into circle. Rotating. Yes. Try to keep your head in the center and look at one point in front of you if possible, and breathing. Inhale front, exhale back. Inhaling front, exhaling back. Half circle you inhale, half circle you exhale. Inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Very nice. And then change the direction, opposite direction. Loosening your waist, your lower back and your hips completely. Changing the direction. Yes. And slowly relaxing. Stop the practice, release your hands down. Now from here we will be doing some knee movements in standing. So join both the legs together, both the feet together, and bend your knees. Put your palms on your knees and then start rotating your knees in a circle. Yes. Slowly inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just loosening the knee joint and then changing the direction. So these practices you can do to loosen your joints and make the flow of energy easy in the body. Yes. And then slowly stop the practice and come to standing, relaxing. Now separate your feet apart again. Put your palms on the waist. Yes, and lift your right toe slightly up. We will do ankle movements in standing. Yes. Now inhale, flex your toes towards your face, and exhale, push your toes away from the face. Inhaling, flex, exhaling away, extending. Inhale and exhale. Continue. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep doing. And then rotating that ankle in one direction, right to left, right to left, downside, right to left, downside. Very good. Which is a clockwise movement. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then change the direction. If you're not able to do this practice balancing on one leg, you can take the support of a wall with your hand or support of a chair or something which is stable. Making as wide circle as possible, and then release your right leg down slowly. Stop the practice and then weight on the right leg, lift the left foot up and then flexing and extending. First inhale, flex your left toes towards your face and exhale, extending away. Inhaling and exhaling. Continue. Inhale and exhale, loosening the ankle joint. And then start rotating in a circle in a clockwise direction, like the needle of a clock moves. Making as big circle as possible, rotating your ankle joint and loosening the joint properly, and then opposite direction. Making as wide circle as possible. And then relax. Relax your left leg down. Yes. Now separate your both the feet apart and loosen your hands down. From here, we will be doing Gatyatmak Padhastasana, forward bending swing. Yes. For that, take your both the hands up, straighten your both the hands up and exhale, fold forward from the hip joint. Yes. Inhaling up, exhaling going down. Inhaling up, exhaling going down. Inhaling up, exhale down. Continue. Full inhalation, full exhalation. Full inhalation, full exhalation, going as much as possible. As much as you are able to bend forward. You can keep your knees slightly bent in the beginning, it is fine, which is a modification. Exhale and inhale up. If possible, then try to straighten the knees. Otherwise, you can keep them bent. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, going down and forward. Yes, keep doing. Full inhalation coming up, full exhalation going down. And then slowly come up and release your hands down. And now from here, next practice we are going to do is Utkatasana sit-ups. Utkatasana means imaginary chair pose. So imaginary chair pose we are going to do. So keeping hip distance gap between both the feet. Take your both the hands in front, palms facing each other. And as you exhale, bring your hips down, not the knees down. Take your hips back and down and try not to bring your knees ahead of your toes. Yes. And then inhale, coming up. Exhale, sitting down. Inhale, getting up. Exhale, down. Inhaling up. Exhale, down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out and hold here. And keep breathing. Hold and breathe. Keep your legs active. Do not bring your knees in front. Take your hips down. And then slowly inhale, come up and loosen your hands down. Exhale and relax. Yes. And then slowly open your eyes. Yes. Now walk to the top edge of the mat. Yes. Taking 1 foot gap from the top edge of the mat. Joining both the feet together, clip your both the feet into each other. Yes. Coming to Samasthiti. We also call it Tadasana or Samasthiti. Sama means balancing, Sthiti means position. So in this, your both the feet are clipping into each other. Both the legs are clipping into each other. Your tailbone going downward and forward. See how tailbone moves. Your one hand back, one hand front, and see how tailbone moves downward and opposite, backward. Yes. So that is how. Take your tailbone downward and forward. This will loosen the lower back vertebrae of the spine because your tailbone will compress them otherwise. And then straighten your spine. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then bring both the hands beside your body, fingers shooting down. Chin parallel to the ground, and look into space 5 to 6 feet away from you. And breathing. This is the base standing position for all the standing asanas. Now from here we will start our Surya Namaskar practice. Surya means sun. Namaskar means salutation. Saluting to the sun, which is a source of energy. So we are doing here a flow of 12 asanas. Total 24 times when we do that, it becomes one round. So there is a flow which starts from the standing, then further takes you to lying down, and then further comes back to standing. When we do that flow from the right side, then we call it half round, and then we complete it when we do with the left side also. So right plus left side becomes one round of Surya Namaskar. So we will do the first asana of that flow out of those 12 postures. The first posture which we are going to do here is Pranamasana. So inhale and exhale, join your both the palms in front of your chest into Namaste. This joining of hands into each other is called Pranam Asana or Namaskar Asana. Also kind of just saluting, just greeting. And then from here we will do the next pose, which is called Hasta Uttanasana. Hasta means hands and Utta means intense. Tan means stretch, intense hand stretch. So take your both the hands up, palms facing each other and bending back. In the beginning, as a beginner, you can also bend your knees here, but try to clip your legs together and activate your both the legs completely, which will create the foundation in this asana. And bending back as much as possible and elongate your spine also. Don't compress the lower back with your back bending. Elongate the spine. Elongate your hands as if you are going to touch something on the top and the back side. And then slowly we will show you the next variation again. From here you can also interlock your fingers together and turn your palms upwards. Interlock the fingers, turn your palms upwards, and then also you can go back. This will give support. Yes. And then next variation, come back. We will see, join your both the palms in Anjali Mudra simply. This also you can do, and interlock your thumbs to make the support in the beginning, and then go back. Yes. So these are few variations which you can do. And then further from here, exhale, going to third asana, which is Padhastasana. Pada means foot and Hasta means hands. Hand to foot pose which we are going to do here is Padhastasana. Bending forward. Yes. Now we will show you another variation of Padhastasana. Fold your knees, rest your abdomen on your thighs and straighten your spine here, and then hold the ankle joints. Yes. And clip your forearms into the legs and pull the upper body down and front. And then slowly with exhalation try to straighten the knees, but keep your spine fully erect. Yes. And try to take your hips up. Do not remove the abdomen from your thighs. And take the crown of the head, top of the head down, and then shift the weight from the heels to the front part of the feet also, distributing equally. You can also take your elbows to the sides, pointing the elbows to the sides, but your shoulders should be away from the neck. So this is the third asana, forward bending asana. Now from here, the difference comes in Surya Namaskar whether we are going to do right side or the left side. Till this asana, both sides are same. But now, if we take the right leg back from here into the next posture when we are going, then it will become the right side of Surya Namaskar. If we take the left leg back, then it will become the left side of Surya Namaskar. So rest your palms beside your feet and take the right leg back. First doing the right side in Surya Namaskar. Flatten your toes, rest your knee down. This fourth posture which we are going to do here is Ashva Sanchalan Asana. Ashva means horse. Sanchalan means riding. Asana means posture. Horse riding pose. Also called equestrian pose. So here you are stretching the right leg back on the ground. Left leg is in front between your palms. Left front leg, lower leg is 90 degrees from the ground. Back leg is pressing heavily into the ground, right leg. Press the right leg heavily into the ground and take your hips, your tailbone downward towards the mat and then forward. Straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back and down, chest wide open in front, and then elongate your neck also. Weight of the body should not be on your palms and the fingertips. Fingertips are just touching the mat to balance. The weight is on the legs, front and the back leg. Now from here we will go to the next asana. First rest your palms down and take the left leg also back and exhale. Exhaling and rest. Take the left leg back and lift your hips up, coming into inverted V shape, which is called Parvat Asana. Parvat means mountain. Parvatasana. So if your hips are very tight, your lower back is very tight, you can separate your feet apart and keep some gap, hip distance gap between both the feet, or even more wide if your hips are very tight. But ideally, in actual posture, we join both the feet together. But in the beginning, you can do the modification until your hips and the lower back is not becoming loose. And then you raise your hip bones fully up, straighten your knees, and your palms are pressing heavily into the ground. Elbows are straight, shoulders away from the neck and away from each other also, broadening the shoulder blades and the shoulders. Straighten your spine, straighten your knees, push your thighs backwards so the back side of the legs can straighten and stretch. Push your knees backwards, push your lower legs, your shin bones backwards so the calf muscles can stretch. And look in front of your both the big toes or at the navel. This is Parvatasana, mountain posture. From here we will go to the next asana. The breathing is inhale and exhale. Rest your knees down, chest down and chin down on the mat. And your elbows are pointing backwards and clipping into the body. Tailbone is raising up, toes are tucked inwards. This asana is called Ashtanga Namaskar. Ashtanga Namaskar. Asht means 8. Ang means limbs. We are saluting with 8 limbs. What are the 8 limbs? Both the toes, both the knees are touching the ground, both the palms are touching the ground. 6. 1 chest and 1 chin. Total 8 limbs are touching the ground. Now, from here, flatten your toes and then inhale, lift your chest up, head up and coming into Bhujangasana, Cobra posture. Roll your shoulders back and down, micro bend in your elbows, clip your elbows to the body and point your elbows backwards, chest wide open, broadening in front. Yes, and looking up. Press the legs heavily into the ground and breathing here. This is Bhujangasana, Cobra posture. Yes, and then from here, tuck your toes in and while exhaling, lift your hips up, your knees up and go back into Parvatasana, into inverted V. While exhaling, we go into Parvatasana, into mountain posture. Always when you go to mountain, you exhale. Coming to the same actions, shoulders away from the neck, from each other. Lift your sitting bones, your hip bones, tailbone towards the roof or the sky, higher. Yes. Now from here, we start coming back from the flow. Inhale, bring the right foot in between your palms into Ashwasanchalanasana. So remember, we took the right foot back when we were going into the flow. So we will bring the right foot only back in the front. So action is being taken with the right leg when we are doing from the right side. Yes. And then as you exhale, bring the left leg also front in between your palms, coming into Uttanasana or Padhastasana. In Ashtanga Vinyasa practice, this asana is also called Uttanasana, but in Hatha Yoga, it is called Padhastasana. Yes. And from here, inhale, fully take your both the hands up and bending back into Hasta Uttanasana, and exhale into Pranamasana. Very nice. And now moving to the left side of Surya Namaskar, same flow we will do, but we will take the left leg back in Ashwasanchalanasana. So inhale, take your both the hands up and bending back into Hasta Uttan. Exhale into Padhastasana, folding forward, and rest your both the palms beside the feet if possible. Otherwise, hold your ankle joints and clip your forearms into the legs. Very nice. And then from here, inhale, rest your both the palms beside your feet and take the left leg back into Ashwasanchalanasana. This time we are going with the left side. That is why we are taking the action with the left leg, taking the left leg back. So don't get confused in the right and the left. Many people get confused here. When we do from the right half, we take the right leg back and bring the right leg front. But when we are bringing the left leg back and taking the left leg front, that is the left side of the Surya Namaskar. Now tuck your toes in and exhale, go into Parvatasana, mountain pose. Same actions, palms heavily into the ground, elbows straight, shoulders away from the neck and each other. Elongate your spine, take your hip bones upwards, try to straighten the lower back, activate the lower back muscles. Clip your both the legs into each other. In the beginning, if you are not able to do Parvatasana properly, you can bend your knees slightly, micro bend, but do not curve your spine. Give preference to spine rather than knees. First spine straight and then leg straight. But try to make both of them straight one by one. And try to bring your heels also on the mat. Yes. Now we will go to the next asana, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale and exhale, rest your knees down, chest down and chin down into Ashtanga Namaskar. Very nice. Clip your both the hands and the elbows into the body, elbows pointing back. And then from here, flatten your toes. Inhaling into Bhujangasana, sliding into Bhujangasana. Raising your chest up, broaden the chest, shoulders wide apart, elbows micro bend. Remember, in Bhujangasana, elbows are not straight. Micro bend in your elbows and both the hands clipping into the body, elbows pointing back. Yes, and press the back legs heavily into the ground, tailbone also going downward, backward and downward into the ground. And then again come back to Parvatasana, flatten your toes, tuck your toes in and then coming to Parvatasana. Lift your knees and your hips up. Yes, mountain posture. Just like a mountain, we are making the shape of the body. Try to take the weight of your body in this posture on your legs rather than your hands. And then, since we are doing the left side of Surya Namaskar, so take the left foot in front between both the palms into Ashwasanchalanasana. Lift the left foot. If you are not able to lift the left foot, then what to do? Hold the left ankle and then put it in between your palms. With the left palm, hold the left ankle and lift it. So suppose your foot is back in the halfway and you are not able to bring it front, then lift it up and bring it to the center. Yes, in between both the palms in the center, and then resting your both the palms beside. Yes, coming into Ashwa Sanchalanasana, and then from here tuck your right toes also in, and then coming back into Uttanasana or Padhastasana. Yes, Pada means foot, Hasta means hands, hand to foot pose. And then inhale, take your both the hands up and coming into Hasta Uttanasana, take your both the hands up and bending back, and then exhale into Pranamasana or Namaskarasana. Yes, release your hands down, separate your feet apart, and then relax here. Loosen your shoulders and your chest and close your eyes, feeling the effect of Surya Namaskar on your body. Yes, feel the effect and feel the changes in your body after doing Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Now coming to the center of the mat, gently open your eyes. We are going to do Tadasana. Tada means palm tree. Asana means pose. Palm tree pose. This posture is very helpful to stretch the whole body, activate the nervous system, and it is very good for respiratory system, digestive system, and the circulatory system. So if you hold in this posture for long time, it will be doing very good to the cardiovascular system. But in this pose we are balancing on the toes. So in the beginning, if you are not able to balance on your toes, or if you have any joint problem, then you don't lift your weight of the body on the toes, or you can take the wall support on the back side of your body. So for that, first take your both the hands in front, palms facing each other. Yes, open your all the fingers wide apart, and then interlock your fingers. Yes, and turn your palms away. This is the position of the hands, and then slowly take your both the palms up, palms facing up, and both the feet are hip distance apart. Remember, your tailbone also is going downward and forward. Yes. So this is where we are holding in Tadasana. Stretch your whole body up, and then slowly raise your heels up and come on the front mounds of your toes, of your feet and the toes. And look at one point in front of you and breathe for 10 long and deep breaths. Balancing on the front mounds and your toes and looking at one point, breathing for 10 long and deep breathings. Stretching your body up and breathing. Try not to stretch your fingers and the knuckles up. Try to stretch the wrist joints, and fingers are just fully interlocked into each other without compression. And once you complete your 10 breaths, you can slowly exhale and release your heels down first, and then bring your hands in front of your chest, and then turn your palms towards your face. Unlock your fingers. Inhale, take both the hands up again just to loosen, and then exhale, relax your hands down. Loosen your shoulders and the hands, and then make your whole body still. Close your eyes and observe the changes after Tadasana. Now gently open your eyes. We are going to do the next asana, which is next standing asana, Triyak Tadasana. Triyak means swaying. Tadasana is again palm tree pose. Swaying palm tree pose. Like a palm tree is swaying left to right, right to left in the wind. So hands will remain in the same action of Tadasana, but we just do not lift the heels up in Triyak Tadasana. So again take your both the hands in front, interlock your fingers, turn your palms away, and then take your both the palms up towards the roof or the sky. Yes, and do not lift your heels here. Just both the feet are hip distance apart. Now we will be bending from here to the right side in Triyak Tadasana. But when you are bending to the right side, do not push your legs and the lower body to the other side, because our body will do that for balancing. So we have to make our lower body fully stable, fully still and active here. And then only from the waistline, turn your whole upper body slightly bending to the right side. Yes. Your shoulder blade is pushing into the chest. And then inhale, come to center. Exhale, go to the left side. Inhale, come to center. Exhale to the right. We will just loosen the spine first few times and then we will hold. Inhaling to the center, exhaling to the side, inhaling to the center, exhaling to the side. Very good. Yes. And then slowly coming to center. Now we will be holding to the right side. So go to the right side and look through the left armpit up. Your left hand, left upper arm should be behind the head, and through the left armpit you should be looking upwards diagonally and stretch the left side of the body. But your right side also should not contract. Give the elongation, extension to the right side of the body also. Push both the shoulder blades into the chest and make your chest wide open. Elongate your spine. Both the legs are activated, pressing heavily into the ground and breathing for 10 long and deep breaths. Holding for 10 long and deep breathings. Very nice. And once you complete your 10 breaths, inhale, slowly come to center and then change to other side, go to the left side and through the right armpit, looking diagonally upwards, elongating your spine and the right side of the body, and the left side also is elongating. Both the legs active and breathing. Inhaling and exhaling for 10 breaths, holding here. Once you complete your 10 breaths, you can slowly inhale, come to center. Exhale, just go to the right side once to loosen and then immediately come back, giving just counter stretch, and then release your hands in front, turn your palms upwards, yes, towards your body, and then unlock your fingers and take your both the hands up again, stretch your shoulders and your hands, and then exhale, release your hands down. Yes, loosen your shoulders and your hands, close your eyes, your whole body is still your whole body, and feel the changes. Relaxing and observing the changes. Now, from here, we will be moving to the next asana, that is Trikonasana. Tri means 3. Kona means angle. 3 angles we are going to make in this posture. Trikonasana. So for that, first come to the center of the mat and joining both the feet together. Join both the feet together in the center. Look at the top edge of the longer edge of the mat, the side edge. Yes. And now we will see how we are going to move into Trikonasana. Put your both the palms on your waist. From the center, take your right foot 2 feet to the right side, and then the left foot 2 feet to the left side. Total 4 feet gap between both the feet. Both the feet should be parallel to each other. Do not make V shape. How we make V shape, you can see. Make V shape between the legs, which we are going to do here. Keep your both the feet parallel to each other. Yes. Your tailbone is also going downward and forward. Your spine is straight. Roll your shoulders back and down, and then open your hands to the side. Fingers together, shoulders away from the neck. Yes, both the palms, all the fingers extending away from the body. Yes, very good. And then from here, turn your right foot towards the right side first. Right foot pointing to the right side, right toes pointing to the right side, and the right heel is in line with the left arch. And then turn your right palm upwards. Inhale, take the right hand up, stretch the right palm up, and then turn your right palm out, and exhale, go down to the right side and rest your right palm on the right shin bone, and taking the left palm up, pointing up. Yes, but do not put the weight of your body on the right shin bone. Your palm is just lightly resting there. Weight of the body is on the legs. Start your 10 breathings. Look at the left thumbnail. I will give more detailed instructions and correct your Trikonasana more. Push the right hip more forward so your hip can open to the front side and your body is in one plane. Suppose 2 walls are coming from the front and the back, your body should be in one plane in between 2 walls. Continue your 10 breathings. Once you complete your 10 breaths, activate the left side of the body and pull your body back to the center with inhalation. Yes. And then turn your right toes to the front, change the left toes to the left side. Yes. This time we will go to the left side now. So turn your left palm upwards and take the left hand up, stretching the left side of the body. And then further turn your left palm out and exhale, going down to the left side, resting your left palm on the left shin bone comfortably without putting the pressure or the weight, and take the right palm pointing up. push the left hip into the crease of the left thigh. So the left hip is pushing forward and making your hip more open to the front. Continue the 10 breathings, looking at the right thumbnail, and breathe. Elongate your spine to the side, both the legs heavily into the ground, but the palm is just resting on the shin bone. Once you complete your 10 breaths, activate the right side of the body and then pull your body while inhaling to the center, and exhale. Release your palms on the waist, turn your left toes front. Now fold your right leg and push back to the center, then left leg into the center, and loosen your hands down, loosen your shoulders, and make your whole body still and relax. Breathing and observing the changes after intense Trikonasana practice.